Chapter 2, The Payoff of Marketing and Sales Alignment. While it's reasonable to wonder when your marketing will create measurable results, you should never wonder whether your marketing will work. There are specific strategic elements that must be in place to drive desirable and predictable results. Without them, you will waste money and opportunity. I have a huge pet peeve that I'm going to share with you, and it shows up in the form of a question. Will this work? Will this campaign work? Will this message work? Will this idea, event, email, etc. work? This question is the tip of the iceberg that can sink your growth. This question should never be tolerated if you are serious about achieving and accelerating growth. It's intolerable because it implies that 1, a single tool or idea can 2, independently and massively drive results in a 3, finite amount of time. It also might suggest a lack of rationale behind why the tactic or message was chosen. Marketing, business development is a journey, not a drag race. It's not a race because races come to an end. Just like you will never get to the point in your life where you no longer have to eat because you've already eaten enough, you will never get to the point where you can stop marketing because you've already driven enough opportunity your way. The question instead should be, when will we see how well this is working? Every business has a vision of long-term success. So why is it so hard to commit to the consistent strategy that will get you there? Let us not become weary in doing good, for at the proper time we will reap a harvest if we do not give up. Galatians 6:9. Too often, I see people focus on the tactics and then wonder why the tactics aren't working. The answer is always the lack of strategy or a broken strategic component. And I think I understand why. When you're talking about business development and revenue growth, planning and thinking don't feel like progress. However, strategy is the difference between running on a treadmill and running on pavement. If the point is just to run marketing campaigns and put stuff out there, then tactics are good enough. But if the point is to move closer to a major goal or milestone and make real progress, you have to pick a path and run the path one step at a time. That's the strategy part. Strategy breeds consistency. Consistency is the silver bullet. Consistency is what greases the wheel. Consistency is what's missing from many companies' business development approaches. Everyone wants to hire the superstar salesperson, crack the viral post, launch a culture-changing ad, or make a jaw-dropping impact at an event. But even these actions must be repeated over and over again. I'm always surprised to encounter people's frustration over the fact that marketing costs money. Everyone thinks or hopes that if you build a better mousetrap, the world will beat a path to your door. But it won't. Ask Apple how well that went before it launched its infamous 1984 commercial. Fast forward to today, the company doesn't have the best product, but it does have the best marketing, and that has made all the difference. If marketing were temporary, short-term, or free, you would actually miss out on the full opportunity your marketing provides. Words create reality. When you fully step into the real potential of marketing and cultivate a message with a servant leadership heart, you step into the fullness of your influence in the world. Sure, selling a lot is great, but selling a lot and taking a part in a business world full of meaning, connection, and prosperity for all is better. Much better. How to stop wasting money. There are really only 2 reasons that clients ever hire me to help them with their marketing. 1, to end the frustration of not growing revenue as fast as they should be. And 2, to stop the feeling that they are wasting their marketing money on ineffective tactics. The only thing that solves either of these issues is strategy. Conversely, these issues cannot be resolved without a solid strategy. Why? Because at the heart of it, strategy is how we manage uncertainty. And effective communication is the key to implementing and sustaining your business development strategy. We've been taught to see a strategy as a plan designed to achieve an overarching goal. This is true, of course. For instance, I like this definition of strategy: the art and science of planning and marshaling resources for their most efficient and effective use to bring about a desired future or solution to a problem. But strategy is not a set-it-and-forget-it lever that we pull for business growth. It's the guiding principle we follow to achieve our goals and determine how to handle setbacks and surprises quickly. Strategy creates decision-making criteria. Strategy creates traction. Strategy ensures everyone is headed in the same direction and speaking the same language. And best of all, strategy does not require that everything go right in order for us to achieve success. No one has a crystal ball. Our courses of action always have unknowns. Not to mention, we all have a tendency to resist change and stay in our comfort zones, which can slow down progress. The danger lies in our failure to acknowledge the unknowns, or when we choose tactics without rationale and without recognition of the basic assumptions we are making about the market. Your marketing strategy compiles your decision-making criteria for all to see so you can plan the right questions about how to adjust when things don't go as planned. This is important because often companies confuse strategy with tactics and plans. Your strategy is not your plan. Your marketing plan is your plan. Your strategy is the framework that guides the development of your plan and its evolution or improvement. Tactics are the individual elements of your plan, whereas strategy is the big picture view of how it all comes together. Some business strategists identify the purpose of strategy as attaining a sustainable and competitive edge over the competition. And I think this helps us clarify what strategy is and why it is critical. Karl von Clausewitz, a Prussian general and military strategist who fought during the Napoleonic Wars, outlined 6 basic principles of strategic effectiveness, which I think can give excellent insight into understanding strategy through a marketing perspective. His principles were as follows. 1. Advantage of terrain. 2. Surprise. 3. Attack from several sides. 4. Aid to theater of war by means of fortifications. 5. Assistance of the people. 6. Use of great moral forces. If we extrapolate these principles and apply them to marketing, the elements of strategic effectiveness are as follows. 1. Understand the market and developing an advantageous position. 2. Attracting attention. 3. Developing multiple ways to get your message out there. 4. Protecting against attack, disruption, commoditization, economic impact, etc., with innovation and market intelligence. 5. Building loyalty and referral strategies internally and externally. 6. Knowing what you stand for, communicating it clearly, and helping your team to align around these values. Addressing these strategic elements will help you build and fortify your competitive advantage, and it will help you make maximum usage of your resources. In short, you'll stop wasting money. You can look at your strategy as your map. As you decide who will want your offering, how you can reach them, what will convince them to act, and how many of your resources you will marshal to do so, you need to set these details as decision-making landmarks that guide your way. You'll build your map as you progress through this book by creating strategic landmarks to guide your team and your progress. You'll answer the following questions. 1. Who are your ideal buyers? What are their psychographic profiles that help you identify them clearly? Once you know, you steer definitively towards them. 2. What do your ideal buyers care about and what message will resonate with them? 3. Where do your ideal buyers go for information and what process do they use to make decisions? 4. What is your actual sales cycle? This helps you visualize the actual patterns of interaction you have with prospects and what role marketing should play. You need to predetermine how marketing should align and support your human relationships and efforts in the real world. 5. What do you stand for? 6. What are you trying to achieve? 7. You need to be clear about your brand and how it communicates not only your value, but your values. Does your brand accurately convey the truth of your organization? The truth about who you are and how you act as a group of individuals united around a common goal or purpose? Is your view of this truth consistent with how you're perceived? This landmark helps your ideal buyers recognize that they are on the right path to solving their problems. And 8, how is your offering different from those of your competitors? You need to understand the position you hold in the market and thus the position you hold in the minds of your prospects. Anytime you read about the history of strategy, it's described as a blend of wisdom, science, craft, and art. I'm not going to lie, marketing is not easy. Marketing takes on the complexity of the human psyche, which can create a powerful long-term advantage. So let's map out your strategy. The rearview mirror. To stop wasting money and start growing revenue faster, you must shift from a tactical approach to a strategic approach. Strategy breeds consistency, and consistency breeds growth. When planning, review the 6 elements of strategic effectiveness in marketing. Build strategic landmarks to guide the execution of your business development plans and your revenue growth.